All right, I got 7 plays for you this week. This first play is in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 9 at the Buffalo 45. There's 2:23 left to play when it runs. Let's run the play to see it. Okay, as you can see right here, Dolphins are in 11 personnel. This is Durham Smith. This is Isaiah Ford. He's key to this. And you're going to keep your eye on Solomon Kinley. Myles Gaskin is the running back, and the Buffalo Bills are in nickel. Let's just run the play so you could see what happens. Pretty successful play. That's 8 yards on that run. Okay, now let's see how they pull it off. Okay, what you're going to see right here is really a counter play, okay? And first of all, let's run it so you can see how Buffalo reacts to the formation. The Dolphins are in 11 personnel, but as you can see, they have the tight end on this side, so they're going to shift. They're going to do a rosy shift, and you're going to see they're going to shift one gap over. So let's let them move. Okay. And they're set. And now you see Isaiah Ford. Okay. Now, what they're going to do here is pretty simple. This is a counter play. So what they're going to try to do is trying to release Durham Smith down. They're going to try to wall off this right here. Right? This is one-on-one. You're going to have a cut right here. And then Solomon Kinley is going to pull into here to create this lane. But they add another wrinkle, and that's in Isaiah Ford. Isaiah Ford comes in motion to see if he brings a corner with him. He does not. So they're in zone. So he's going to make himself part of the play, and you're going to have a little counter action. You're going to have Myles Gaskin do a little counter, move, and get into the hole. And you're going to have Isaiah Ford come into motion and also counter, and he's going to be part of this to form a counter tray. So you're going to have two guys forming on the counter, creating the lane. Let's run it so you can see how it comes off. There's Isaiah Ford. Now you're going to see that he's going to come back. Okay, nobody came with him. He looked at his key. You see that the corner is now trying to be heads up on Durham Smith. And now you see the counter. Isaiah Ford comes out. Solomon Kinley hit his block. They walled it off. It's completely open lane. Durham Smith does a great job getting out on the edge and then getting down the field. And look at him block right there. That's just good stuff all around. Good play calling. Great blocking by Solomon Kinley. Great job by the offensive line. Good running by Myles Gaskin. All right, this is the Devante Parker touchdown that nobody got to see because there was a power outage in the stadium. But we have it here. The score is 7-0 Buffalo. It's the first quarter. It's 2nd-down-and-2, goal to goal on the 2-yard line. 41 seconds left in the first half. Now, watch what the Dolphins do here. And I want you to notice a few things. First of all, they're in 11 personnel. This is Devante Parker. Okay? Now, what they're doing is pretty tricky. Okay? The Bills have a base defense on, and they're trying to fill every single gap. They have Jordan Howard right here. This is Isaiah Ford. They're worried that they might run some type of inside zone by spreading them out and trying to get guys out of the picture, out of the box. So the Bills say, okay, you're not going to run it on us. So the Dolphins are going to oblige them. What the Dolphins are going to do is that they're going to line everybody up in 3-point stances and make it look like it's a run. And they really do sell the hell out of this. As Devante Parker just comes in, like if he's going to seal the edge, but he's not. What he's going to do is slip behind the defense as they're all sucked in. And it's a simple pitch and catch for a touchdown. So let's run it. See, Bills are convinced here. It's a run. Parker slips back. Beautiful throw. Well done. Now let's see it from this view right here. As you can see, the Bills have everybody in a gap. Okay, they're in goal line defense. Okay, this is, as you can see, we have end, tackle, 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 end. They're in a 53, 52 defense. They're completely sold out for the goal line run, and they're convinced that we might run inside zone. So it's pretty smart to just come out, be in a three-point stance, really make it look like you're going to be running some type of inside zone or maybe even a counter since Jesse Davis is up. And the Bills completely sell out for it. Parker slips past them. Pitch and catch. Touchdown. Good stuff. All right, here we have a design pass by the Buffalo Bills that was pretty crafty, and I would say this was an example of poor communication by the Miami Dolphins secondary. The score is 7-7. It's 3rd and 5. The ball's on the 21. They need a first down. Look at what they run here. All right. We're running it slow so we could see everything develop, okay? Bills are in 11 personnel, and I'm going to try to explain what they do here. The Dolphins, to counter, are in nickel, okay? They have a guy over the center. That none of that is really important because what we're going to look at here is the communication between these DBs and these wide receivers and then what's coming into the play. Now, we're going to forget about this action all the way over here, although I'm going to draw them up for you because it's a design pass. So what we're going to have here is that the tight end is just going to clear up the field. He's just trying to take people with him. And the running back is going to run a circle route. But that doesn't really matter. What you're going to see right here is that Cole Beasley is going to come in motion. And he's going to slip out into the flat. Now, how is that going to be accomplished? Well, Nick Needham is going to come with him because that's going to signify to Josh Allen that it's man and that this route is going to be open. What they do here is that they have, to try to create a little bit of confusion, they have Cole Beasley rub right behind Stephon Diggs, and Stephon Diggs essentially sets a pick to bring him out here, and he's wide open for the throw as this receiver clears Xavier Howard up the field. Now, let's run it so you can see how they executed this. As you can see, the Dolphins, they might be coming here on a blitz. They're showing 6 across. They drop one out since he's in man. They're not going to flex into a zone. So now they know it's man. They know the play is going to work unless they can communicate. Now, what is happening here is that deepest man on that side has to make the call. Outside receivers are 1s. Inside receivers are 2s. So Xavier Howard has to tell this guy right here, Noah Igbenogany, that he has the 1. So Xavier Howard right here at this moment right now is saying, I got 1, which means Noah Igbenogany has the man in front of him. He does not have to worry about this guy coming across his face because Xavier Howard has him, right? Now, there's a second part to this communication. Nick Needham, when he comes over here, has to now call out this switch. He has to know who's the 1, who's the 2. Whoever's outside is the 1. So Nick Needham has to tell him, you got 1, I got 2, no matter what. We don't know what he said, but we know what happens. And you get to see it right here. Here's the pick. Nick Needham is picked, but he fights through it. Comes across. Doesn't matter. There's the catch. It's a first down. Nick Needham does a good job to prevent what could have been, who knows, maybe a 30-yard gain. The only way they could have defended this better was for Nick Needham to call the 2, meaning he takes the inside breaking guy, and then Noah Igbenogany comes out here and takes Cole Beasley. That's probably what should have happened. It didn't happen. Big gainer for a first down. Good offense by the Buffalo Bills. Okay, you love to see this. You love to see your football team learn from the previous week, and they really did learn here. The score is 17-7. Miami has the ball. They're trying to get into field goal range, okay? So you're going to see something very familiar from last week. Roll it. There it is. Dolphins are in 11 personnel. This is Mike Gesicki, okay? What are the Bills doing to counter? They're in nickel, okay? Now, what are the Dolphins doing here? Well, it's pretty simple. They're going to clear out, and they're going to run these two receivers up the field, and they're going to run Mike Gesicki past the linebackers. He's going to clear the zone, and there's a dead spot right here to throw to. And the reason there's a dead spot is because they evidently identify zone, and they identify it with one key that I will show you right here. Let's slow it down so you can see it. There it is. Do you see it? Because I do. This guy right here brings up to the line, comes up to the line as if he's faking a blitz or if he's going to come up, but he realizes, okay, I'm covered. So I know I have to have this zone back here. So let me start my back pedal because the snap could come at any second. Fitzpatrick sees that. And there it is. And they're flexing into what looks like too deep. Man under. Now watch Mike Gesicki's route. And watch Fitzpatrick's footwork, by the way. He steps up into the pocket. And he's recognizing the dead spot in the zone right here. So he's really going to throw to a spot because he knows that Mike Gesicki is going to clear his man. And he already has a receiver up here hooking. So throw it into the dead spot. This is really, really smart football. And you get to see it right here. He throws it. Big catch. Mike Gesicki. Big gainer. And they're kicking the field goal at the end of the half. All right, here's another run play. And Chan Gailey really went into his bag of tricks in this one and brought out the whole playbook. But I especially love this play. This is power running at its best. This is 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 12. If you remember, this is the drive that ended in that goal line stand where the Dolphins did not get a touchdown. But let's see what they're doing here. Okay? As you can see, they're in 22 personnel. This is Chandler Cox. This is Adam Shaheen. This is Durham Smith. The Bills respond by putting 9 in the box. They're in base defense. Okay? Let's run the play so you can see what happens. It's a lead left. Breda finds a hole. He's into the secondary. He almost scores on the play. All right. Let's slow this down so you can see what happens here. Okay, let me draw this up for you. This is lead left. Okay? As you can see, the Bills have a 1 tech, they have a 3 tech, 5, and they're trying to contain over here just in case they have some counter action, right? They only have one guy back. Devante Parker's on this side of the formation, so you have to be mindful of that if you're the defense. But their run fits are pretty simple. They want to just match up right across, right here, and they should have everything covered. But the Dolphins are running lead left. And how this simply works is you're going to have a double team right here. Double team right here. And then this guy is either going to seal out here or he's going to lead the back into the hole right here. And what Breda has to do is as he gets the handoff here, he has to read the cue off of this double. If they move him out left, he can cut it back into the hole. They collapse in. He can just follow the fullback. All right? So let's run it so you can see it. Tight splits right there with the tight end. Durham Smith. Now look at those doubles. Look at those doubles. Look at those doubles. They started on this hash mark. They're now almost at this hash mark. Eric Flowers and Austin Jackson just did a number on that side of the line. Those two tight ends, Adam Shaheen and Durham Smith, are doing fine work here. They did such a good job that Chandler Cox is no longer trying to lead a back into the hole. He could just blast somebody off the edge. Matt Breida has holes to choose from here. He's going to take the cue off of this one and just cut it right back up the middle. There's the cut. Puts his head down. And he should score, right? Good tackle. Micah Hyde. Very nice play by the Buffalo Bills safety. Good run. Austin Jackson's pretty excited about it. Eric Flowers is too. They should be. They just blew up the entire Buffalo Bills defensive line. Good stuff. All right. If you think that I'm having fun with this Dolphins running game, well, I am. It's fun to watch. At least it was in this game. All right. Let's see what they have here. Okay, this is pretty simple. Bills are in base. And the Dolphins have 22 personnel. This is Chandler Cox. We're back to the same thing again. We have Durham Smith. We have Adam Shaheen. This is Myles Gaskin at running back. Let's run the play so you can see it, and then I'll explain what they did. That is a thing of beauty. All right. We're going to slow this one down for you, and I'm going to show you what they did. All right. It's the same thing again. This time, the Bills are just bringing everybody into the box. They're going to pay little respect to the passing game because they've seen it before. They've seen this formation before. It doesn't matter. The Dolphins have a different action here going. Okay? What they're going to run here is another counter. And this time, they just completely smack people into the lane, open up a clear hole for Myles Gaskin to run into. Let's show it. Let's run it slow. Watch Solomon Kinley here. Almost draw him off sides. Look at Chandler Cox. He's peeking into the B gap. And are you watching this counter action? Look how they just kicked their guys out. Look at that lane. That is good stuff. Let's draw it up on the telestrator. Let's draw it up on the telestrator so you can see what they're trying to run. You can have like a simple counter step right here. And he's going to take the handoff right here. And then he has decisions to make, right? So what they're going to have doing here is wall off this, wall off that, wall off that. And you're going to have Solomon Kinley pulling to seal. And then you're going to have Chandler Cox leading in here to seal. And then you're going to have a lane for Myles Gaskin to run into. So let's see it again. Look at Austin Jackson push his man in. Clears his man out. Chandler Cox hits his cue. Solomon Kinley hit his on the counter. Opens up the lane for Gaskin. Simple counterplay. Can't be stopped if it's blocked correctly. But you know how it's blocked correctly? By having Austin Jackson do this. And I want you to see it again. 3-tech. It's a 1-tech actually. He's right here. Now watch Austin Jackson where he ends up. He is about 4 yards off the hash. He's going to come in, hit the linebacker, and look at him wall him off. Beautiful job. Very nice. There's the lane. 9 yards. Good run. All right, this is the John Brown touchdown at the end of the game. Dolphins need to get off the field here. There's 3:17 left in the game. It's 3rd and 9. This is key because, of course, as you remember, they threw a flag route for a touchdown. Let's run it. We're going to run it slow so we could go over the coverage one time. And then I'm going to show you the game that they ran on the defensive line to try to free up Kyle Van Noy. Didn't work. Perfectly blocked by the Buffalo Bills. That's why the pass got off. Okay, as you can see, the Dolphins are in dime defense. The Bills are in 11 personnel, and they're going to do something pretty simple. Okay? They're going to try to hold this safety, which is Bobby McCain, by giving him a lot to look at. This is Noah Benagane, and that is Stephon Diggs, and we know how that went. So, obviously, Bobby McCain has that on his mind. You're going to watch Bobby McCain and what happens to him. He is mirroring Stephon Diggs' route, which is an out and up. On this side, they're going to run this receiver here to try to make Nick Needham and Xavier Howard switch, but they don't. They play this coverage perfectly. And this receiver is going to go up and then across as John Brown trails and runs the flag route. Right? This tight end is in the block, but he later releases, and the running back is here for pass pro. Okay, now let's run it so you can see what is happening. As you can see, Eric Rowe is peeking into the backfield. He sees the tight end. So he knows, okay, if the tight end does not release, I know I have this short zone. If he releases, I have a man-to-man. Now, Byron Jones is right here. He knows there's two receivers on this side, so he wants to take away this zone right here. So you could expect him to move up, which means that Bobby McCain knows he has to have the deep half. This part of the hash marks, deep, has to belong to him. Stop it. Tight end releases. That's not important, but Eric Rowe is completely in no man's land because he's keying on Stephon Diggs. Bobby McCain is not only peeking into the backfield, he's mirroring Stephon Diggs' route, as John Brown is almost even with him and getting past him. The only guy playing his coverage correctly at this point is Xavier Howard, who's in trail, and Brandon Jones, who very smartly takes away two passing lanes. The first one to number 13 here, the second one to any hypothetical crosser on the hashes to John Brown. He also is right near the sticks for anything that would have come here, but of course everything is now behind him. So he actually played his coverage perfectly, and there's nothing to complain here. But there's perfect pass pro. Here's the throw. And by that point, John Brown is already past Bobby McCain. And it's hopeless. You just wish you had a longer, faster free safety to get back there and recover to make a play on the ball. But you couldn't. So let's see what the Dolphins attempted to do with their pass rush. Okay. What they're going to do right here is pretty simple. You want Christian Wilkins to collapse this guard into the center. All right? So let's run a little slow so you can see how they line up. If you notice, the guard, that's Cody Ford, is telling the back, Devin Singletary, you have to get my back if they run a game because somebody could be coming off the edge. Now, their role here, what they're trying to do, okay, is simple. You want to collapse the guard into the center, and Emmanuel Ogbah has to seal the tackle, right? And it's a very simple game. You have Kyle Van Noy has to press the A gap and then come across. And theoretically, as he presses the A gap, that's supposed to get Devin Singletary, the back, caught into the wash and free up the rusher from the weak side. Now watch what happens. As you see right there, Kavanaugh is telling Jerome Baker to come up, but it's just to give it a look. You want to fill gaps because you don't want 67 to release out onto Kavanaugh. Stop it. So far, so good. Kavanaugh presses the A gap, and now he's coming around. But you notice what's not happening? What's not happening is that Devin Singletary did not get caught into the wash. He is mirroring Kavanaugh's every move, and Emmanuel Ogbah has not sealed the tackle. Christian Wilkins is moving a double team pretty well, and as you can see where he ends up, he actually played with great effort on this play. Let's keep rolling it. Christian Wilkins is actually defeating a double team, and there you have it. Everybody is blocked. 5 rushers blocked all across. Perfect pass pro. Too little, too late. As the ball is released, Christian Wilkins disengages and gets the hit, but it's just too late. That cost the Dolphins the ball game. Touchdown. Talk to you guys next week.